Okay, well, your home's got a lot of video cameras around inside and outside. Let's take a look at the first camera. Now, this shot we're looking at right now, that's a shot that shows the cars coming down the road at night. You can see the headlights going down the road. Let's describe once again. Your street
I was
here.
Sound asleep.
Sound asleep, and your street is in the middle. Let's just say of nowhere.
Yeah.
So as you can see, they came in. They didn't come in with sirens blaring, but you can see the video there of the cars pulling in. We also have some other camera angles of people walking around your house. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So when you see those cars coming up my street, and there's no reason for cars to go down my street, it's a dead end. So for cars to be coming in like that, there's clearly a reason. I was sound asleep when that was happening. You can see how quiet they came in. And then the cars stop, and you can see the people get out, and they gather together, and they come quickly up to the house, and then it's obvious who they are. It's the police.
Mm-hmm. And you can see them as they kind of are kind of staked out around your house,
yes,
looking for any signs of activity inside.
That's
now,
right.
This next camera angle is front at your foyer here. Mm-hmm. That's when they ring the doorbell, and it kind of shows you walking in. We'll walk through that camera footage there.
Okay, and we also have to understand the mindset of the police at this time. We heard on the 911 call what was being reported. It was being reported that someone had been shot 5 times in the chest. They're in the bathtub of my home.
And they're looking for a female, though, because that's what they're looking for, a female with a gun.
Female with a gun that is threatening to kill herself.
Right.
And there was also a report that there were children in the home. So these police officers, and I love our police here in Rome. They are amazing. They were responding to this call on a very serious issue, that they knew someone supposedly had been shot, probably dead, maybe not dead yet. They knew someone was suicidal, had a loaded gun in their hand, and there were children in the home. And so I just believe it was truly a God thing that I had that feeling not to carry that gun with me to the front door, because had I have done that, we would have been in a whole different scenario, because I probably would have been the target, and that is the whole purpose of swatting someone.
Okay, when the door opened up and you saw law enforcement, let's walk us through that conversation.
So I came down the hallway, and I came out of my hallway, and I looked around to look at the front door, and I saw police out there, and I was like, oh gosh, there's something serious going on. It really upset me, because usually, I mean, if police are coming to your house in the middle of the night, there's a serious thing. I thought, gosh, I hope nobody in my family's been hurt, or something happened to one of my kids, because they're away at college. And so that struck me as concerned. But when I opened the door and greeted the officers, and I said, what's going on? It was their demeanor and just their, like body language. They were tactical. They had guns drawn. They were prepared for something serious. And he asked me, is everything okay, ma'am? But it was the way he asked me that had me upset. And I was like, yeah, I said I was sound asleep. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? And they were all kind of looking at each other, and they called the sergeant around, and he came up, and he was asking me if, he's like, is there anything going on at your house? And I said, not that I know of. I said, I was sound asleep. My family's sound asleep. I said, is there something wrong? Because I just was so upset over what is happening. And they said, well, there was a report. There was a 911 call. And then he told me about the call that someone had been shot in here, that there were children in the home, and there was potentially going to be suicide or more murder. And then I realized, okay, no wonder they are reacting this way. And then he goes, I think you've been swatted.
Did you think that anybody might have been in the house and you just weren't aware of it?
I was terrified. I thought maybe someone is in my house and I don't know it. And so I asked them, I said, can you please come in? And I wanted them to come in. I was like, can you please look around my house? I just wanted them to check everything. So I invited them in, and then you can see that on the video when they came inside. And I went back down the hall to go talk to my daughter and her husband and let them know that, what's happening. But you can see that they still had guns drawn, because this is where police officers don't know. They don't know if the call is real, and they have to take it serious that the call may be real, Or at the same time, they have to be prepared and have to be very level-headed and calm and in control to realize that this could be swatting and it could be a setup. And swatting is serious, Brian. This is what gets people killed. There have been multiple incidences just like this one where police end up shooting someone because they believed they were responding to a call.